exposition is a multi-service display of military equipment and demonstrations from the past to the present, from all of our area military units. Our mission is to inform and educate the public on the role of the military and our impact on the community as a good neighbor, and to continue to improve the positive interaction and networking opportunities between the armed services, state and federal agencies, and most importantly, you, the public as a whole. There are a variety of excellent displays for you to see today and tomorrow. We have over 17 aircraft on display over the 934th Air Base. They are aircraft from the Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps. The Fort Snelling Military Museum to my left or to your right is open and will be demonstrating vintage wheeled and tracked vehicles. Historic Old Fort Snelling is open and free to the public this weekend. That takes you back to the life of the soldier in the early 1800s. And we have tons and tons of food and equipment and displays to taste, touch, and see throughout your weekend. We hope you will enjoy yourselves and leave here with a better understanding of our nation's military service. At this time, I would ask you to please rise for the arrival of the official party, and please remain standing for the posting of the colors and our national anthem.
stripes and bright stars to the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran there, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. What a great day to be a soldier and a great day to be a free American. I would like to introduce our official party today and recognize a few of our special and distinguished guests in the audience. The official party that you watched upon the stage this afternoon represent the commanders of all the armed forces here in the Twin City area. Gentlemen and ma'am, would you please stand to be recognized when I introduce you? Representing the Army is Brigadier General Michael Beasley, Commanding General, 88th Regional Support Command, United States Army Reserve, who is also serving as the Senior Host Commander. Representing the Marine Corps is Colonel James Witkowski, Commander, Marine Wing Support Squadron, United States Marine Corps Reserve. Representing the Navy is Captain Robert Porter, Commander, Naval Command, Readiness Command, North Central. Representing the Air Force is Colonel Mary K. Hansen, Commander of the 934th Aeromedical Staging Squadron, Air Force Reserve. Representing the Coast Guard is Lieutenant Jason Neubauer, United States Coast Guard Reserve Safety Detachment. Next, I would like to introduce our honored guest from the Association of the United States Army and the individuals responsible for the special ceremony in honor of our Korean War veterans. Lieutenant General Retired Roger Thompson, Vice President of Membership and Meetings, Association United States Army. Mr. James Anderson, President of the General John W. Vesey chapter of AUSA. That is the chapter that spearheaded this endeavor. Also seated in the audience today, and I would ask these folks to stand to be recognized, is Major General Retired George J. Steiner, the honor.
In Washington, D.C., there is an inscription on the Korean War Memorial that reads, "Our nation honors her sons and daughters who answered the call to defend a country they never knew and a people they never met." Those words recognize the commitment made by the Korean War veterans present with us today. As these service members of the, quote, forgotten war are recognized some 50 years hence, we would be remiss if we did not pause in a moment of silence to remember the nearly 30,000 dead, 77,000 wounded, 8,000 still unaccounted for in Korea, and the countless veterans honorably discharged who have since passed away. Let us pray. gathered here today to remember and to recognize the selfless service of those veterans of the land of the morning come. It is long overdue in expressing thanks to these service members who stemmed the tide of North Korean aggression and contributed so greatly to our nation's understanding that we could no longer take a back seat on the world stage. Lord, help us who wear the uniform today to show our gratitude to these veterans by a sincere willingness to make whatever sacrifice necessary to do our part in preserving the freedoms they made possible, and for which we enjoy as citizens of this one nation under God. Be especially with our sons and daughters who today find themselves far from home, patrolling along the DMZ in Korea, or the streets and borders of Bosnia or Kosovo. Now, while these days of exposition afford us an opportunity to show friends and neighbors our military might, grant, O Lord, that your peace and understanding may prevail among all the nations of this world, that this demonstration may be the extent of its use. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Beal. You may be seated. It is with great honor that we dedicate our 5th annual Minnesota Military Exposition to the soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guard men who so proudly served during the Korean War. Authorized the Department of Defense to organize the 50th anniversary of the Korean War commemoration, beginning on June 25th last year, the year 2000, marking the 50th anniversary of the outbreak of the war, and officially closing these ceremonies on November 11th in the year 2003. The purpose of this commemoration is to ensure our Korean War veterans and their families know that we, a grateful nation, remembers their service and sacrifices of more than 50 years ago. We are holding this ceremony here today to honor the veterans who have served from our region. On June 25th, 1950, North Korea invaded South Korea with over 137,000 troops, initiating the Korean War. The United States' response was swift when President Harry Truman dispatched U.S. military forces to the area within days of the attack. Today we remember over 36,570 service members who died, who made the ultimate sacrifice in that battle during the Korean War. The 6,877 service members became prisoners of war. It was exactly 48 years ago yesterday, July 27th, 1953, that the United States, North Korea, and China signed an armistice that brought an end to this terrible conflict. Unfortunately, this armistice failed to bring about a permanent peace, since the Republic of Korea and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea have never signed a peace treaty. The United States forces are still there today, 50 years later, preserving peace and stability for South Korea and the world. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored today to have with us over 200 Korean War veterans from all services sitting with us today. These veterans combat operations or in support of combat operations. We have prearranged for these veterans sitting before us to attend this ceremony today. However, if we have any Korean War veteran in the audience who feel that they may qualify for this award, you are welcome to visit with our representatives in the AUSA and Korean War tent to my left, to your right, so that we may begin the process to help you secure this award that you so richly deserve. At this time, I would like to ask all of our Korean War veterans in the audience to please stand and so be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. As we had pointed out earlier, and again, I respectfully ask if anyone needs medical attention or would need some water, there are folks to accommodate, and we do have a watering point located directly behind the bleachers. We certainly do not want anyone to keel over on a heat stroke here today. Today we honor these service members by presenting them with the Republic of Korea War Service Medal. Each service member will also receive a lapel pin, a certificate of appreciation from the Association of the United States Army, and a letter of appreciation from the President of the Republic of Korea, Kim Dae-jung. The awards for this will be presented by our Reverend Veteran Lieutenant General Retired Roger Thompson and Major General John M. O'Connell. Here to introduce Lieutenant General Thompson is Brigadier General Michael Beasley, the new Commanding General of the 88th Regional Support Command and our senior host. General Beasley.
Thank you, Jim. As I introduce our primary speaker this afternoon, I'm reminded of the Midwest farmer who, when he heard Secretariat, the horse, the famous racehorse, was coming to town, said, well, my old plow horse, he can do absolutely everything that horse Secretariat can do. Secretariat just does it a little faster. The gentleman speaking to us this afternoon is one of the Secretariats of our General Officer Corps, Lieutenant General Roger Thompson, United States Army, recently retired from the Army as Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the United States Transportation Command at Scott Air Force Base, Illinois, and became the Association for the United States Army's Vice President of Membership and Meetings last year. A West Point graduate, General Thompson served 34 years in the Army in assignments in the United States, Germany, and Vietnam, and is a recipient of the Bronze Star Medal. Some of his many distinguished assignments include Commander of the 37th Transportation Brigade in Kaiserslautern, Germany, and Commanding General of the Military Traffic Management Command. We're delighted to have Lieutenant General Thompson here today. I can't think of a finer veteran to commemorate the service of so many outstanding war veterans as we have in the audience. Thank you.
Well, thank you, General Beasley. Why are we called here today? We are here today because U.S. veterans of the Korean War are now eligible to wear a medal initially offered to them more than 50 years ago, but never issued. The Republic of Korea War Service. At that time, U.S. law prohibited the U.S. military from wearing medals issued by foreign governments. Congress changed that in 1954, but by then, most United States service members eligible for the medal had returned home. In 1998, the government of the Republic of Korea renewed its original offer to issue the medal to U.S. military personnel. On August the 20th of 1999, the Defense Department approved the acceptance and the wear of the medal. So approximately 1.8 million U.S. veterans of the Korean War are now eligible to receive the Republic of Korea War Service Medal. To be eligible for this medal, you United States military personnel must have first served between the outbreak of hostilities, June 25th, 1950, and the date that the armistice was signed, July 27th, 1953. Second, been on permanent assignment or are in temporary duty for 30 consecutive days or 60 non-consecutive days. And third, perform their duty within the territorial limits of Korea, in the waters immediately adjacent thereto, or in aerial flight over Korea, participating in actual combat operations or in support of combat operations. Allow me, please, to read a letter from the President of the Republic of Korea expressing the sentiments of their nation for your untiring service. The contents of the letter follow. June the 25th, the year 2000. Dear veteran, on the occasion of the 50th anniversary of the outbreak of the Korean War, I would like to offer you my deepest gratitude for your noble contribution to the efforts to safeguard the Republic of Korea and to uphold liberal democracy around the world. At the same time, I remember with endless respect and affection those who sacrificed their lives for this cause. We Koreans hold dear in our hearts the conviction, courage, and spirit of sacrifice shown to us by such selfless friends of you who enabled us to remain a free democratic nation. The ideals of democracy for which you were willing to sacrifice your all 50 years ago have become universal values in this new century and millennium. Half a century after the Korean War, we honor you and reaffirm our friendship, which helped to forge the blood alliance between our two countries. And we resolve once again to work with all friendly nations for the good of humankind and peace in the world. I thank you once again for your noble sacrifice and pray for your health and happiness. The letter is signed, Sincerely yours, Kim Dae-jo, President of the Republic of Korea. It is my honor and privilege today as a senior officer for the Association of the United States Army, AUSA, to present these awards to the veterans who gave so much. The Association of the United States Army reaches out to the community in many ways, but I can assure you that this is a very, very great honor for our association to be able to do that for the veterans of the Korean War. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in another round of applause for our veterans.
Thank you, General Thompson. As we enter our next phase of this ceremony, I have this thought because it's a quote from one of you that I wish to share with everyone seated and standing. Here's the quote that one of the veterans passed on. Today ends the Korean War for me. As our official party moves into place, because we are going to do our medal presentations at the lower level, I will give you a brief explanation how we will conduct this ceremony. Veterans, pay attention. Now, you haven't listened to a commissioned officer for years. Veterans, as your ushers approach your row, would you please stand and come forward towards the stage located in front of me, or in front of you. We will walk you or push you across to receive your medal set. When you approach me, and I'm going to move from this location down below, please hand me your little card. No card, no medal. See, they told us in the Army, keep things simple. Card equals medal. At that time, I will announce your name, rank, branch of service, and your years of service in Korea, and you will receive your awards from General Thompson. Offensive, 16 September to November 1950. Corporal Richard M. Garys, United States Army, 1951 to 52, being accepted by Carol Garys, wife and widow. Private First Class Sherwood M. Cap, United States Army, 1950 to 1952. Radar Man Third Class Robert E. Shanner, United States Navy, 1951 to 1954. Corporal Homer L. Krull, United States Army Reserve, 1952 to 1954. Private First Class Michael A. Rudnick, United States Marine Corps, 1952 to 1954. Sergeant Ed F. Kruger, United States Army, 1951 to 1952. Hey, big guy. Corporal Kenley H. Army, 1952 to 1952.
Grandpa, look up, Grandpa. Look up. Tip your head up. Get your breath.
Army,
Get it? He's just your cheese. He's saluting. You get Tyler? You guys get Tyler? Did you get Tyler? He's over there, maybe? Yeah. Good news.